So, this is my video response to TH3JROCKFAN. I told you I was going to make a video response to your when did you get into Japanese music video. You started out with anime, and though I can say that I kind of did, I didn't really start out with anime. I've liked anime since I can remember, so it didn't start with that for me. Of course, I didn't actually really start hearing the music until I was like 15 or 16 when they brought, well, not 15 or 16, when Adult Swim started actually playing the openings and endings to animes, because before they didn't play them. They only played, they just started from the intro to the end, and then that was it. So they hardly ever played any of the actual songs that went to the animes, so that didn't start there with me. What started it for me was, I want to say it was 2004. It might have been 2003, 2004. And in a magazine I saw somewhere, I don't know if, I believe I might have been in Borders or something with my ex at the time. And I looked at I forget what magazine it was. It was either one of those imported ones that's, well, not imported, but one of those translated ones. I forget what it's called. Anyways, I was looking in the magazine because I was bored and I was waiting on, who I was with to hurry up. So I just flipped through and I seen a photo of TM Revolution. And at the time, I didn't know. At the time, I was like, I was having trouble. I was like, is that a girl or a guy? But I was like, yeah, it's a guy. And I had kept looking and looking back and forth. Yeah, it was a guy. So that was that. And I remember what he looked like and what his name was. And I wanted to look up, what it was that he did, because I read that it was music and stuff. So I wanted to hear what it sounded like. But for a while, I didn't have an internet where I was at, and I wasn't going home at the time, so I couldn't look it up. Now, eventually I moved in with my cousin, and she had cable, so of course, they had bento beatbox and whatnot. So I was looking through that, because I saw that it said that they had music videos, and I ran into a TM Revolution video. And not to say that I like the song, because I'm not really too into his songs. Even though he does have a good voice and all, I'm not really into his kind of songs. But I saw his and was like, wow. So I was clicking through to all the other videos, and most of them were not. He was the only, even though he's pop. Though it kind of sounds a little rock or whatever, I don't know. But most of the videos that were in there were not rock. Everything was pop-ish or whatever. So that's where I saw it from. That's where I started getting my like for the music from. It didn't really come from animes per se. It came mostly from that, just seeing the videos. And then, of course, afterwards, I didn't hear actual more unless it was from the animes, because, I didn't have computer or internet. So the only way I actually got it was through the animes. And there weren't that many that I liked songs from. So, yeah. So skip ahead a couple years. This was around 2004 that I was just talking about. So skip ahead to 2007, when I got my first computer, my own personal computer. and I got the internet and all of that hooked up, I started looking again for music. Because by this time, you know, I had seen a few animes and such, and seen other videos and stuff from Bento Beatbox, and I wanted to see what all I could find on my own without, you know. And I found a lot of stuff, you know, just searching through the names that I did know and just clicking on random videos on YouTube and such. I found a bunch of other things that I liked. Around this time, I could say that I started liking High. Even though it's not that many songs by him that I liked, I can't really say that I like many of Lark's music either. So, you know, it's not saying that I don't think they're good musicians. I'm just not really into their songs. But I started getting started listening to them. I can't say I like Gak either. Even though I was listening to his songs, like not on a regular basis, just going through finding videos and songs by him that I may like and such. So I was doing that. I found Nightmare. And who else? And at that time, no, I hadn't seen Death Note at that point in time. Who else? It's really all I can think of. Just mostly because a lot of those videos are like kind of linked. If you click on one and you look in the related topics section, you know, you can end up clicking on another. And those really were the only ones that I ended up clicking on, because when I do, I usually surf until I can't surf anymore on that particular person, and then move on to the next. And then plus at that time there was a lot of things going on in my home, so I couldn't really do all the searching that I wanted to do. Skip ahead a year. I had got bored with anime. I had watched all the ones that I could think of that I would even remotely like. Well, I had looked at all the ones that I liked, and I couldn't find really anything else to watch. So I then was like, okay, time to find some more music. Find music again. But nobody on the site that I was at listened to anything outside of what was on the animes. And I'm like, don't you know anybody that, you know, because you can easily find those people. I'm like, is there anything else? And none of them could help me, because they all watch the same animes over and over and over. And I'm like, do you even look into the music itself? Do you try to find other groups that don't put anything on any animes or movies or whatever? And no, they couldn't tell me. So I was kind of at a loss at that point. But then I met my friend Rachel. And when I met her, she introduced me to the Gazette. And that's pretty much been it ever since then. What had me with them, it wasn't any of their videos, and it wasn't anything dealing with, oh, so-and such is cute or whatever. It had nothing to do with that. She told me who they were, and automatically I was like, oh, so I go to look up who the group is. She didn't show me them or anything like that. She just said, this particular group, you might like them. And so I said, okay. So I went and I looked. And the first thing, I clicked on the first video I see. And the first video at that time was the guitar solo, Spokura. And I clicked on that. And at that time, YouTube's quality was really, really horrible. Or either the person who uploaded it was horrible. This is 2008, mind you, like August. So it was really, really bad. So I couldn't see anybody. I just could hear what it was. You know, I could see them, of course, but you know, bad quality. Like this camera, bad quality. I couldn't really focus on the person. So after that, it was just it, because just the solos themselves is what I liked. And after that, I clicked on another video and clicked on another. Of course, I ran into songs that I don't like by them. There's a lot that I don't like by them, but there are far more that I do like that I don't. So that I do like, then I don't. And so after that, I didn't stop with just them. I ran into Zodiac right after that, because she gave me the link to J-Shocks. And so at that time there was J-Shocks before they became who they are now, or either before that was dissolved and it became Cure Radio, and then Cure Radio, or some of those particular people left Cure Radio or whatever and became Babel or whatever. So I ran into Zodiac and Allstead and Born and a bunch of other people that I listen to now. So, because that isn't the only people that I listen to. I listen to a whole list of different folks, and I really enjoy it. I really like hearing the differences in a lot of their songs. I even like sometimes hearing songs that sound kind of the same. Why? Because I like to see what different spin they could put on it. Now, of course, a lot of fans get upset and they call it, oh, they're copying them, they're blah, 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 blah. But then they forget that a lot of these groups are friends with each other. So I'm pretty, and they listen to each other's stuff. So I'm pretty sure if there was a problem, it'd be known. But I kind of like to hear the different spin that they put on the songs, and how so and such's voice would sound with it or whatever versus so and such's, that kind of thing. So I've had a lot of fun. Of course, VK or whatever is not cheap. So of course I've spent a lot of money on it, but I'm liking it, and I love it. I don't know, and it's been some years now at this point. I don't know how long I'll stick with it. I'll probably stick with it a little while, of course, because, if I like something, I like it. Only time I stop listening to anything is if that particular group or person or whatever stops. Otherwise, I keep listening to them. Even if they're doing stuff that I don't like, I'll be like, well, of course I won't listen to what I don't like, but that's not going to make me stop listening to them, because of course eventually they'll put something up that I might like. So anyway, but that's it. It was long, and yeah, this is going to take forever to load. And I know I'm looking down most of the time, but my eyes are kind of dry. I had a long day out in the heat. Anyway.